Disclaimer, everything said in this episode is fake. The government always wants what is best for you, and the mainstream media never lies. The vaccines are the greatest thing that happened to mankind, and boosters are the answer to any problem. Thank you for watching and for being a good, compliant citizen.
I'd like to see a matchup of those, we call it the top 100 puppet masters on the Epstein client list.
Okay. Okay, now we're getting into it. Now it's getting real. I think this is what we came here for. I think we'd all like to see the client list of Epstein and all of these quote unquote people that promote democracy and want what's best for you. All of these entanglements that have been going on behind closed doors. And I think the vast majority of people do want to see what's going to happen.
Do you think there's some overlap?
Some overlap.
Strong overlap.
For
When
sure.
are we going to see that list, do you think?
I don't know. It's mind-blowing that they've not tried to prosecute even one. Not even the worst offender on the Epstein client list. They've not even tried to prosecute even one.
Exactly.
That's insane.
Well, because they have a lot of diabetic grandmothers who were outside the Capitol on January 6th. They're kind of occupied.
Yeah, I mean, they've put like, whatever, 500 or 600 January 6th protesters in prison, and not one person on the Epstein client list.
Will that ever come out, do you think?
You know, I think part of
Not
why
one
Kamala's getting so
on the
much
Epstein
support
client list.
is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Okay. That's a very bold claim. And I believe Trump did mention that he would, he would make that list public. He would expose it. And whether he actually does that or not remains to be seen. If he does reveal the Epstein client list, that would be monumental. It would really be unprecedented. Of course, I'd love to see that. Of course, I'd love to see all of these, virtue signaling cowards that constantly tell you what to do, what the rules for you are, and how great they are and how they're saving the planet while they're doing so many different shady things behind closed doors. And I'd love to see them be prosecuted in my lifetime. I pray to God that happens. It'll be a glorious day for justice.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Reid Hoffman, he, I believe, is the co-founder of LinkedIn. And he's visited the island. He's been there. What has he done? What has he done?
And Gates.
And Gates.
Yeah.
Gates.
I only ask that because you just look at them.
The
and
philanthropist.
That's a nervous person right there. I don't know. I mean, I assume you know them. Yeah.
And speaking of Gates, I believe that one of the main reasons his ex-wife, Melinda Gates, wanted to distance herself from him is because of his friendship, like how close and how much of a friend he was to Epstein. If you know how much of a filthy guy that is, and you continue to associate with him, and you continue to remain in his circle despite all of his egregious crimes, what does that say about you? What skeletons do you have in your closet, Bill? I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see him prosecuted. And I would love to see that day. Once again, it's going to be a glorious day for justice. There's no denying that. In addition to all of his other crimes against humanity, his quote unquote, holy grails of medicine and his experimental drugs. Am I allowed to say the V word?
Yes. Reid Hoffman was my vice president of business development.
Very interesting.
Yeah. 24 years ago.
Interesting. He's admitting that.
Does he seem nervous to you?
Yeah, I mean, he's terrified of a Trump victory.
Okay.
Because of the disclosure that would follow?
I think
He's terrified of a
Yeah, I
Trump
mean, I think
victory.
he's certainly ideologically not aligned with Trump anyway. But I think he is concerned about the Epstein situation. Like something might actually, the DOJ might actually move forward.
There are a lot of videos, apparently. Those rooms on the island, and I think out in New Mexico, were wired for video.
Right.
And
where's the video? I mean, between Diddy and Epstein, it's good. There's probably several thousand hours of footage here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that the people on those videos are lecturing the rest of us about our moral failings, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
Between Diddy and Epstein, there are probably several thousand hours of video, several thousand hours of footage. I don't doubt that at all. Given the magnitude of the insane, disgusting crimes that these guys have allegedly committed, it is insane. And it seems like Diddy right now is on a whole nother level. Like these guys are competing on who's nastier, who's more disgusting, who's more despicable. And these people were once hailed as moguls and as, philanthropists. What a world.
What is that?
Well, I mean, part of how they deflect attention from themselves is by criticizing the morals of others.
Yes.
So it's sort of like a preemptive moral strike.
Yes.
I mean, as I said, I think those who are saying Trump is a threat to democracy are themselves actually the threat to democracy.
I know I keep pausing the video, but this has to be said. Part of the way that they, deflect how egregious they are as human beings is by pointing fingers at everyone but themselves. They want to deflect any type of accusation, and they want to hide how criminally despicable they are, how morally reprehensible they are, and all they do is blame others and point fingers when they themselves have done crimes that you can't even comprehend. You can't even wrap your mind around how nasty these people are. And I have to draw the parallel. I can't help once again but notice the similarity. You're a grandma killer. You need to take your jab. You need to take the experimental drug. I'm good. I'm wearing my mask. I'm a good citizen. I'm doing the right thing. Incredible.